Hello, everybody. This is Tierza Watts, Director of Student Life and Campus Community at CU Denver. I'm excited to be back with you today for another episode of Coffee and Conversations. I have a special guest today from our Learning Resource Center, Angelo Gallegos. I'm so excited to have him join us because we're going to talk about exam stress. But before we get into that, do you have your coffee with you? All right, we're ready for coffee and conversations. So, Angelo, I always like to start by asking our guests to introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about you, where you went to college, and maybe something that was fun that you experienced in college.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, Tirsa. My name is Angelo. I'm actually an alumnus of CU Denver. I graduated with my bachelor's in international studies in 2015. Along with working here at the Learning Resources Center, I'm also a graduate student pursuing my MA in geography and geospatial science. One fun, or at least a valuable moment that I could think of during my undergrad experience was being able to work as an English tutor at the Community College of Denver. And what was formative about that experience was being able to teach other students some of the concepts that I had been learning about. And so what that did was it helped drill in and solidify some of the ideas that I had when it came to writing essays, when it came to research, and it became really valuable, especially now in my undergrad, being able to reflect on that experience and take that forward. So yeah, hope that answers that question.
Yeah, very much so. I appreciate you bring that up. I too had that experience in college that if I could explain it to somebody else, I retained it better and was better able to maybe write about it in an essay, or it would come back to me quicker if I had explained it to somebody else on a multiple choice test, etc. Well, I'm excited to have you here today because it is almost the last week of April, or it is the last week of April. And I know that there are students all of a sudden going, exams are in a week. Oh my goodness, right? Like they're having that all of a sudden that epiphany that I've got to get ready for exams. So that's why I wanted to do another one of these episodes with your office team. Can you talk to us a little bit about what can a student do if they've just had the freak out and they're like, I need help with, a certain class. I don't know that I'm going to do well on my exam at this point.
Absolutely. And just as you mentioned, this is prime time. Some professors have final exams, projects, and essays scheduled for finals week, and others for the week before. So first, I would say that literally start by taking inventory of the time that you have left. This video will come out Friday the 29th. We're recording a little bit earlier. So when this comes out, that'll leave us with a week, maybe maximum a week and a half. So the first thing that I recommend is that for students to pull out their syllabus and then take out your planner. We also use a weekly breakdown planner to give us a visual here in the Learning Resource Center of how we can inventory our time from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. To see what time we have to work with within a week. Next, what you do is you take a big red marker and write the deadline for final projects, essays, or exams. I also like to create a soft deadline for essays and projects. This way I can have a little bit of wiggle room to make any final edits. Exams are a little bit trickier. By using the weekly planner, you'll be able to build in spaced individual or group study time, and that's where the Learning Resources Center comes in.
Wonderful. I know that there's some other teams in your space. So students, if you don't know where they're located in the Learning Commons, which is the brand new building next door to and connected to City Heights Residence Hall. They're across the street from the Student Commons building. But in your space, you also have folks that work with students on writing and math. Can you talk to us a little bit about their services?
Absolutely. So we do have the Writing Center here with the team of professional writing tutors, content specialists as well, who will help students. And the way that they have sessions booked is through book or through online or through drop-in. And so students who are having troubles, let's say formulating ideas or putting together putting their ideas on paper, they'll have a team of professionals to work with them on that. We also have the Math and Support Center, Math and Stats Support Lab, Math, and they are drop-in only. So students who are looking for math support can definitely come in and visit with that group of professionals as well.
Okay, great. So students, as you're listening to this video, I'll put in the show notes down at the bottom of the video, links to how you schedule appointments and information for you to get connected. Are there any workshops or anything going on in the next week, or drop-in things specifically with academic guides or tutoring that a student can take advantage of next week?
Absolutely. So here in the Learning Resources Center, we do have guided study groups or tutoring experts who tutor in a variety of courses or subjects, ranging from biology, physics, public health, music, modern languages. Great group of folks who will sit down with with our students, either individually or in group sessions. Most times you could get an individual session booked, which is great. It's a resource for fee-paying students. Along with that, we also offer supplemental learning, and supplemental learning leaders. They're content experts who are embedded or have been embedded in courses for one or more semesters. And so along with the professor who teaches the class, these folks are very knowledgeable in different areas. And so they also lead these sessions. So review sessions prior to an exam, or content review sessions the week of different courses. So I encourage students to take a look at which sessions work best for their schedules, and build them into the planner for the next week.
And you do have online Zoom stuff and in person, right?
That's correct. Yes, we do meet both online and in Zoom, and through our website, it's broken down by which sessions are offered online and which ones are Zoom, or which ones are in person.
Okay, all right. So students, there's no excuse to think about, oh my goodness, I have to get back to campus. I got to pay for parking. You can meet with folks online if that's most convenient for you. So take advantage of the two different ways that you can access their services. So Angelo, before we wrap up, is there any other tips or tricks you have for students as they think about managing getting ready for exams?
Yes, make sure you're building in self-care time and wellness, getting quality sleep, doing things that really calm our minds. As a student, I also understand how nerve-wracking the next week can be. So incorporating things into your schedule, into your planner, that help you out, including running, exercising, cooking, is a good example, meditating, or literally just getting like good sleep. This is the final stretch, and you've made it this far. You're going to finish out the semester strong, and we're here for you in the Learning Resource Center to help you out.
Thank you so much. So students, he brought up some great tips about, self-care. So I'll put in the show notes some information about our wellness center. Go over there, just walk the track, or maybe it's swim some laps or lift some weights. But sometimes just getting your stress out by physically doing that will help you come back to your studying, take a deep breath, and get focused on what you need to do to end this semester. Well, Angelo, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me, Tierza. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye everybody.